And here we are again with room 426. This dusty room is filled with boxes and trunks of various sizes and shapes. You may attempt either a listen or a spot hidden roll. Well, I mean, even when we do pass, we never find anything. So this is... and we fail. Okay, so another wasted turn. We're running out of time so quickly. We are now at time increment 8. 426. Let's take 443 next. That's a huge room. This cavernous room is... oh, sorry. We got one journalism point, didn't we? Yep. 443. This cavernous room is thick with the cloying smell of chemicals. A quick survey of the chamber shows it to be a laboratory of some sort. Jars and shelves and tables. Large glass jars hold preserved remains of various animals in yellow fluid. Rats, cats, frogs, as well as a grisly assortment of larger mammalian organs such as hearts, eyes, brains, etc. Strange electronic equipment and panels of switches, levers, dials, meters, plugs and lights line the walls. In the very center of the room is a raised platform over which hangs a large metal slab rigged with swivels and winches. Directly above the platform, the ceiling is constructed in a gleaming glass dome which allows the stars to effortlessly shine into the incredible, loathsome chamber. Cages and tanks hold live rats, insects, fish, birds, and other small life forms and are stacked about the room or hang from the chains in the ceiling. A few sickly potted plants of gross and disfigured shape crowd a small corner table while a vintage microscope and pile of prepared slides nestle together on a splintered and sagging work table. You see other dubious and bizarre equipment cluttered around the room, the purpose of which can only be guessed at. You may attempt any of the following skill checks. Going to the indicated paragraph is successful. If you wish to you may attempt more than one, but you must mark off additional time. Well, considering that we usually don't do well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we can do... well, do we have any of these? Well, we don't have... well, we have a 10 in astronomy. Botany, we have nothing. Chemistry, nope. Climb? Nope. Oh, we could attempt this at 40%. Electrical repair, 10%. Well, idea. We're going to do an idea roll. And we fail. Okay. There goes that. Since we have just failed the roll, we just go back to the map. From 443. And we go to 475. No, I lie. We go to 468. This room is completely empty. Spot hidden. We pass. 372. And time increment is down to 7. You blink and rub your eyes and you see that figure in the bed is Corey. He looks at you with watery eyes and extends a hand searchingly and cries out loud, "Help me, please." You stand dumbstruck for a moment, not knowing whether you believe what you see or hear or not. Corey calls to you again, pleading for your help. He struggles and bucks, and you finally see that he is manacled to the dust-shrouded bed. You ease nearer, not trusting your eyes or ears, when Corey suddenly screams out in agony and you see a black-robed figure appear from a mass of vapor beside the bed. Okay, spot hidden. We pass. Wow, 357. And 3 journalism points. As Corey turns to face the shrouded figure next to the bed, you spot 2 puncture marks on his throat. Go to 387. Great. He's been bitten. Oh dear, poor Corey. That's not good. I guess now is the time to just run. The cloaked figure pulls back its hood and reveals a pale and gaunt face with malignant red eyes, fiendishly pointed ears, and cruel-looking fangs. Make a sand check. And lose 1d6 san. We lose 1. The figure glares at you, so we sacrifice 10 of our journalism points. Now this is fun. The figure glares at you and then turns its attention to the young man shackled in the bed. You must act now. Do you wish to run out of the room, wait and see what happens, or move to try to keep the vampire from sinking its fangs into your companion's throat? Okay, I mean, we can only attack. I mean, we cannot just stand by. I mean, we are heroes. Well, kinda. 299. This is going to be the end. You rush at the fanged monster. Go and attack. 388. The vampire, blood dripping from its red lips, turns its attention to you. The creature always attacks first in a round. Attacks only with a bite, which does 1d4 damage, plus drains 1d6 strength. Has no armor and 1d10 plus 8 hit points. So let's determine its hit points. It's got 11 hit points. Okay. So we'll just make a note of this. 11 HP. If the creature on the night succeeds with a bite, it will hang on and continue to drain blood until you are dead, unless you can kill it or drive it off. If you reduce the monster's hit points by half. Okay, now let's see. It attacks first. And it rolls a 53, so it fails because it's got a 50% chance. So let's see. We're going to bat. Oh, actually, we're going to punch it. And we are successful with 25, and we do 1d3 plus 1d4 point of damage. So the d4 is 1 point of damage, and the d3 is 3 points of damage. So we do 4 points of damage. So now it's got 7 points of damage. If we can reduce its damage by half, so that would be 11 divided by 2 is 5.5. It attacks us for 95. It fails, so it's again, oh wow. So let's see if we can bat it. And we fail. Let's see. It attacks us for 34, so it does hit. 1d4 points of damage. It does 2 points of damage, so we're now down to 13. 1d6 strength. And we lose 3 strength. 3 strength. So now we're going to attack again. Fist for 37. We hit it for 2 points of damage and 4 points of damage in total. So it's now dead. We've managed to get rid of it. 330 is our next port of call. Let's see. While with an evil hiss, the vampire shrinks away from you in a cloud of mist. Reward yourself with 1d6 sand roll. We haven't lost any sand, but what we're going to do is we're going to self-heal using, so our strength is now 12. We're going to try a heal check. We're going to first aid ourselves. And we fail. Okay, so we're going to roll a d10. And we roll a 1. And go to 395. I mean, cool. We've killed a vampire. You turn your attention back to your friend who looks weak but is alive. Quick, help me out of these chains, he pleads. Oh my word. I can either hesitate or I can free him. He's probably a child of the night by now. He's probably, and if I don't free him now, he's probably going to vampire out, and then I know that he's evil, and then I should just run. So we're not gonna free young Corey. So we're gonna hesitate. 419. I'm such an evil person. Roll 1d10. Even, go to 389. Your hesitation seems to have angered Corey, and as you watch, you are shocked as he screams out and then snaps the chains holding him like they were made out of yarn. Roll 1d10. Oh, we get 2 points for this, actually. And I've lost track of the time that we've spent, but I don't care. So on a 1 to 9, we go to 440. The figure that you thought to be your friend, Corey, shimmers and changes into a beautiful woman. With a hiss, the woman shows her fangs, and now you notice the slightly pointed ears. She's a vampire. The vampire has 1d8 plus 10 hit points. That's actually... Oh, sorry, that was not a d8. I need a d8. And I have one somewhere here. Just need to find it. No, that's not a d8. Oh, lordy. d12. That's 12 points of hit points that she has. Okay, so she's got 12 hit points. No armor, attacks first each round and has 2 types of attack: tit, touch, and bite. Each time she attacks. Okay. Okay, so 50% chance with each attack. Okay, let's see if she's successful first. She is. Now let's see what she does. 1 to 75, she bites. 1d4 points of damage. 1. So we're now down to 12 hit points. And she will drain 1d6 of strength, which is 4. So I'm now down to 8 strength. 8 strength. Let's see, I'm going to punch her. And I'm not successful, so she attacks again. She's not successful, I attack. I'm successful. 1d3 and 1d4. And we do 5 points of damage. She has 12, so she's now down to 7. Let's see, she rolls 29. She's successful. 2 points of hit points. So I'm now down to... No, she has 10 hit points, doesn't she? So she's now down to 4 hit points. So actually she runs. No, she doesn't. Okay, so I'm down to 10 hit points, plus she drains... Oh, she just drained me. Okay, so let's do this again. Let's hit her. I hit her not. Sorry. She hits me not. I love me. She loves me. She loves me not. I hit her not. She hits. She doesn't hit. I hit her. Let's see what we can do. 3 points plus 5 points. And we did 3 points already. We did 8 points. She's gone. Okay. Wow. I really need to heal. Let's see if we can do this. At 28, yes we do. And I think that's 1d6 or something that we're gonna get back. So I'm now at 11 hit points, but the problem is my strength has been drained. And I do think I need to remove some time now, because obviously, let's remove 2, 5. Let's see. Oh, we get 5 journalism hit points for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, okay. Okay, I have to say that this was bracing. We've just killed 2 vampires, or sent them running into the night. And we're still in 4-4-3. Okay. Um, 4, 6, 8. This room is completely empty. We're now at time increment 4. We may take a spot hidden, and we pass. And go to 3, 7, 2. You do not sense anything unusual. Great. 472 is locked. Yeah, the door's strength is 1d8 plus 10. 14 and my strength is 8. Fat chance. I'm just gonna roll. I rolled a 10. That might be good enough. And it is. I break open the door. That is amazing. Who would have thought? 441. Time increment 3. This chamber appears to be a shrine of some sort. A large stone altar rests against the wall, burning torches on either side of the massive stone block. Incense clouds the air with thick and foul-smelling blue-grey smoke, giving the room an eerie and otherworldly appearance. Above you, the ceiling is weirdly painted so as to depict a starfield. Something rests atop the altar, although you cannot clearly see it through the hazy gloom of the chamber. You may either study the chart on the ceiling, or you may approach the altar. Go to 431. We're not going to look at the stars because we're just so unable to discern anything from them that it wouldn't help us at all. Four, three, one. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you creep nearer the stone altar, you see what had appeared to be cracks in the stone is actually a figure carved out of the heavy block. The carved relief depicts an octopoidal monster, scaled and bloated. Wormy tentacles and many eyes sprout from various places on the cancerous form. An irregular mouth is carved into a puckered yawn. The sight of this grisly image is repulsive in the extreme and calls for a sanity roll. We take 4 points of damage. 10, 20, 30. We're going to take 1. Oh, sorry. Yeah. 4 points of damage. So, yeah, we take 1 point of damage. So we're now at sanity 64. And we can take a closer look at a book. I'm not quite sure if that is such a good idea, because we all know you should not be reading from the book, but hey. Time increment 2. The book is an old and mouldering copy of The King in Yellow. Looking over the tome, you see that it is actually the manuscript for a very long play. The contents of the play seem to deal with the seething, unutterable horror, Hastur, the unspeakable. The King in Yellow is in English. It contains plus 5% Cthulhu mythologic knowledge and a 1d3, 1d6 plus 1 sand loss. This copy has a spell inscribed, blah. We're not going to do the spell thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. So... Okay. We now have a problem. We've just run out of time. Okay, boys and girls, this could be, or is very likely, the end. So let's see what happens when you run out of time. Let's see. When you run out of time, go to 647. This is probably the end. I'm just saying. Let's find 647. Suddenly, you hear a strange chanting sound. Investigating, you see several figures in hooded black robes heading out across the manor house grounds and into the dark, brooding forest beyond. The figures are all chanting some eerie, weird chorus as they wade through the swirling fog and into the woods. From what you know of the occult and from the many bizarre things you've seen here tonight, you realize this does not look good for Corey. This does not look good. If Corey is with you, or you know for a fact that he's dead, you must have actually seen his dead body, then go to 399. Otherwise, go to 653. We don't know that he's dead. As you watch the procession vanish into the gloom of the forest, you suddenly catch a quick glimpse of what you think is Corey, although you can't be sure. The figure, whoever it is being dragged along by two of the larger robed figures. You rush to follow the line of figures, but they are already too far ahead of you in the forest. To follow along, you must make any of the following skill rolls. Listen, spot hidden, or track. Let's see. Spot hidden. We pass. 628. You manage to follow the line of figures through the foggy woods and into a large clearing. In the clearing stand 9 huge stone monoliths arranged in a V pattern. Between the 2 lines of stone pillars stands another heavy block of stone that appears to be an altar. The figure that you thought was Corey is indeed your friend. You can count a total of 13 figures. Plus Corey in the clearing. As you watch, you see Corey being dragged over to the altar stone while overhead 1d3 large winged horrors flap down out of the night sky. You must make a sand roll for viewing these creatures. And we pass. They have nothing on us. As you look on, you see the winged creatures each alight atop a monolith. The 13 figures begin a different chant directed toward the cold night sky overhead. As they begin, they pull back the hoods of their robes, and there you'll see the Baron, the Baroness O'Brien, and Miss Quinn, among others. The von Reichts are conducting the ritual and seem to be the cult leaders, while the butler and maid hold Corey down on the altar. You may act now or wait to see what happens. To wait, roll 1d10. If you care to act now, you may do any of the following. Shoot either the Baron or Baroness. Cast an offensive spell. Throw holy water. Walk boldly forward into the group with a cross. Well, we can't do any of these because we don't have a cross, we don't have an elder sign, and we can't do any of these. So, we roll 1d10 and wait because there's nothing we can do. We roll a 1. Odd 5, 7, 4. Oh dear. Let's see. I probably just killed myself. As you watch the bizarre pagan ritual continue, the von Reichts and followers chant, and while the ugly winged beasts noisily squawk from atop their monoliths, suddenly a strange wind whips up, carrying with it a foul fishy smell. Weirdly, the cloudy sky begins to clear over the monoliths, allowing the moon and stars to shine coldly down onto the pillars, which for a moment seem to glow. Finally, as the chanting reaches a fevered pitch, you become aware of another awesome presence. You clasp your hands over your ears as the winged horrors spring into a deafening wail and take to the icy night sky, where they circle the group of stones like huge vultures waiting for a meal. As you watch in terror, Corey begins to scream out in wild agony and his body begins to convulse. The horrible transformation has begun. Before your eyes, Corey's skin begins to bloat and take on a scaled, fishy look. His firm muscles seem to melt as he becomes soft and pale. Time for a sanity roll. Yeah, you betcha. And we pass. 0-4. Ha, take that. Okay. We don't have any of these that we could use. 5, 7, 4. So we're gonna run away. If you blah blah blah. Okay, essentially the only thing we can do is run away because we haven't found the relevant stuff to take any other action, which... So we're running away. We've probably saved ourselves, which, you know, if you can't save anyone else, at least save yourself. So then at least some person has survived and we can go and tell the authorities, who will probably not believe us, that there are weirdos living in the woods sacrificing poor students that, you know, got lost in the woods literally. So that is the end of the adventure. I have to say the ending, or actually, how do I like this game? Well, I have to say I really enjoyed the beginning when you are in this dreamscape and you're then in, obviously, the lost city of Carcosa. And it's all really, really interesting and fun and eerie. But the rest deteriorated really quickly into, okay, let's go to another room. Okay, oh, we missed this roll. We might have been able to find something really useful here, but of course we missed the roll. And then the only alternative would be to go back over it with a different character and do it from the very beginning. Now, I played Alone Against the Dark once, and that was pretty much the same thing. You could, of course, when you died, resurrect a different, or bring in a different character and play again, but that was, you know, I did it and it was really annoying because there were certain things that you had to wait for, because there was a timeline also that you had to observe, and it's just not really worth the effort, you know, because you know exactly what you have to go through. You can't just go back to where you started from, obviously, because you don't have a party, you know. In a role-playing game, when one of the party members dies, and what happens is you create a new character and then you just bring them in and then you basically introduce them somehow and you pick up where you left off. You can't do this with these ones unless you cheat and, you know, remember which number you were at and then just go back, but with a full time scale, you know. So it's kind of an exercise. It can be an exercise in futility. So, I mean, like I said, the very beginning I thought was really intriguing. I really enjoyed this dream sequence. And if it had stayed this way, it would have been interesting. But of course, it's the idea of going through a haunted house and trying to find out stuff. And since my rolls were abysmal, of course, I didn't find anything. I mean, I was very good at my strength rolls, which was funny. But that was as far as it went. Everything else was terrible. Oh, yeah, and my fight rolls were not too bad. So all in all, that was Alone on Halloween. Cindy Adams has survived. Her friend Corey is dead and has transformed into something horrible, but she didn't stand to watch. She ran. I have also got another game that I'm going to play in a similar fashion. And it's a game called Arkham Investigator. And it's a print and play that I got from Board Game Geek. And I have the rules here, and I've got this one adventure and the Arkham Advertiser all downloaded and printed off. And I'm going to play this at the weekend, and hopefully you will join me. And then we will see if we will be doing better in that game. So talk to you soon. Bye-bye.